Good evening. Looks like we are live here. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Reiki Live. My name is Carrie Wade, and I am a Reiki master in Chandler, Arizona. I work with people remotely and in person and any way that I can. So I'm just going to try to get this shared out on my page real quick. What a weird little thing here. Okay, so if you can share this out on your page too, I'd love it. Hello, Linda. How are you? Just get this shared over. Okay. Hey. Okay. How's that? How you doing? Hi, guys. Welcome. Again, my name is Carrie Wade. I'm a Reiki master teacher here in Chandler, Arizona. I do 3 kinds of Reiki. I do the traditional Usui Reiki, which is the most common kind of Reiki. I also am a Karuna Reiki practitioner and a Holy Fire Reiki master. I love Reiki. Reiki is a beautiful energy. It's a healing energy. And it's an energy that just passes through me as a Reiki master or Reiki practitioner. It passes through me to you. So it can be done in person, hands on, hands over, across the room from you. It can be done across the world because it's energy and everything is energy. And so we set our intention. Me to send this energy, you to receive the energy. And so this is kind of your little chance every week to just come and fill your cup up. Come and fill your cup up. This is your chance to receive because we are all doers, right? Especially those of you that, I know this, those of you that follow my page and my group and that sort of thing. You are givers. You are givers. You come from your heart and you take care of people. And this is your chance to just receive. So I switched up the time here kind of late in the day today. So if I miss some of you live, I hope you just watch the replay. My day started with a meeting at 7 a.m. this morning. And I thought, I don't think that I will even be maybe fully awake by 7 o'clock tonight. So those of you that know me know that I'm not a morning person. So there we go. So I wanted to start by just sharing this little email I got. As I've mentioned on here before, there's an email that you can sign up for, a daily email, inspirational email. And it's called the Daily Om. So if you just go in and type in dailyom.com, dailyom.com, you'll find where you can sign up for their email list. And some days, most of them really resonate, but some days really resonate. And so this wasn't actually today. When was this? This was last Friday. And I printed this out because I wanted to save it and share it with you because it's about daily self-care. So it says, putting yourself first means that it may be necessary to say no to someone else in order to say yes to yourself. Hello, Jody. I'm going to say that again. Putting yourself first means that it may be necessary to say no to someone else in order to say yes to yourself. So I know some of us have gotten really good at setting our boundaries and to being able to say no and to not committing ourselves to something that we really don't want to do. Some of us still struggle with it though. It feels selfish sometimes. It feels like, you feel like you're letting somebody down. Here's the truth though, this is in my opinion anyway, my truth. When you are giving of yourself without taking care of yourself, and putting yourself first, then what you're giving is not authentic. When you are truly filling your cup first, and you put yourself first, and you give yourself that self-care and fill your own cup, it changes how you can fill other people's cups. Does that make sense? It's an odd way of putting it, I'm sure. But when you receive, you're able to give more, right? You're able to give in a more genuine way, in a more loving way, when you're giving it because it's what you want to do instead of what you feel like you have to do. I work with a lot of Reiki clients who have these shoulders that are so tight. I can feel the energy of their shoulders sometimes when they walk in the room. And, the shoulders are about burdens. It's about carrying burdens that we don't feel belong to us sometimes. And, it's a common thing. We do it. We all do it from time to time. So being aware of that. Hello, Day. Welcome. Switched up my time on y'all today. So sorry about that. And I may just start doing these earlier again, too. So I'll try to let you know a little bit more in advance next time. So let's talk about this daily self-care. She says, we have all heard the instructions of an airline attendant reminding us to put on our own oxygen mask before we help anyone else with theirs. This advice is often cited as a metaphor for self-care because it so accurately expresses why it is important. It seems to say, ironically, that you can't take care of yourself for yourself. If you can't take care of yourself for yourself, do it for others. Few situations in our daily lives mimic the wake-up call of an airplane emergency. So it's easy to keep putting self-care off. Easy, that is, until we get sick, overwhelmed, or exhausted. And suddenly we don't have the energy to care for the people who count on us. Isn't that true? That's when we realize that we haven't been getting the oxygen that we need to sustain ourselves. We begin to understand that taking care of ourselves is neither selfish nor indulgent. It's just plain practical. Putting yourself first means that it may be necessary to say no to someone else in order to say yes to yourself. For many of us, there is always something we feel we could be doing for someone else. And it helps to remember that the oxygen metaphor. You can even encourage yourself by saying, I am caring for myself so that I am better able to care for others. Beautiful. Hi, Tam. Or some other mantra that will encourage you. It also helps to remember that self-care doesn't have to be composed of massively time-consuming acts. Another misconception. People think they have to go get, a 2-hour massage and do this and do that and do this and do that, or a whole weekend away. And it doesn't have to be that. It certainly can be, but it doesn't have to be time-consuming. In fact, the best prescription for taking care of yourself is probably a small daily ritual. For example, taking 1/2 hour for yourself at the beginning and end of the day to meditate, journal, or just be. You might also transform the occasional daily shower or bath into a 1/2 hour self-pampering session. Okay, I couldn't stay in the shower for 30 minutes. I probably can't stay in the bathtub for 30 minutes. But maybe I paint my toenails afterwards, all right? Make it work for you. Whatever you decide, making some small gesture where you put yourself first every day will pay off in spades for you and the ones you love. The oxygen you need is all around you, Sometimes you just need to be reminded to breathe. Yes. Amen. Amen. So what do you do for self-care? What does your self-care look like? For me, one of my self-cares is meditation. I spend a few minutes and I wake up in the morning and I spend a little time before I go to bed at night, before I go to sleep, and do some meditation. Sometimes that meditation is my gratitude list. So if I'm not in a space where I feel like I want to just sit and meditate, I might just start naming off, in my head of course, the things that I am grateful for, the people in my life, maybe something that happened that day that filled my heart with joy and with love and gratitude. That's self-care. That's self-care. And it keeps me going. So, think about yourself and don't be afraid to put yourself first. And I forgot to start the Reiki, so I'm going to do that right now. Sometimes I get so excited about other stuff. And as I say, I'm not a morning person. I got up really early. Actually, I got out of bed at 6:30 and I was in my Zoom meeting at 7, so that's pretty good. So all you have to do is set your intention to receive this energy. Just set your intention to let it flow into you. And every week when I come on here, I set my intention that whenever you watch this, whether it's live, whether it's recorded, whether it's on YouTube 3 years from now, you will receive this energy. This energy will be available. So just let yourself fill up, fill your cup. Now might be a good time just to scan your body, looking for any areas of tension or holding. Maybe they need a little bit of movement. Maybe you just need to breathe into those areas. Expanding them with the breath, releasing with the exhale. Reiki offers such gentle healing. So relaxing. It's a great way to unwind. Just to recharge yourself, to reset your energy. This is actually my second Reiki live today. Hi Erica, hi John, welcome. I did a live Reiki and tips for releasing stress and anxiety for a holistic practitioner group that I belong to this afternoon. I also did a lunch and learn for Ironwood Cancer Research Center, doing some integrative work with them, which I'm really, really grateful for. And we actually recorded that one, so it went out today to the clients and patients at Ironwood. And now here I am tonight. So you can see why I didn't want to wait till 7, right? There are times, I think in the summer it's easier for me to do them a little later. As we move more into the winter hours, though, I'll probably start to do them a little earlier. 5 Pacific, maybe 5 Mountain after daylight savings time. You know, Arizona doesn't go on daylight savings, and so it's kind of screwy. It kind of messes us up with everyone else. So I'm just grateful that you're here, sharing this time and sharing your energy. How are you feeling tonight? How are you feeling in your body? Something pops into your mind. Maybe something to release. Just be aware. And thank you guys so much for sharing this out. Facebook algorithms have taken another dump. I don't know. It's very frustrating. I see why so many groups are getting off of Facebook, because it gets frustrating. So a lot of people aren't even seeing these. They're not even seeing the posts. So make sure you're following and sign up for notifications for when I post or go live. I'd really appreciate that. I appreciate you inviting friends to the Reikis or sharing things on your Facebook. Very, very grateful for that. It helps. I've also been trying to share more in our group. If you're not a part of the group yet, you need to be. It's called Love, Live, Laugh. Love, Live, Laugh. And it's an amazing group of people that just come together, and we all share funny stuff. We share inspiration. We share our battles or whatever's going on. We encourage one another. It's all positive. If I ever see anything negative or any kind of bickering going on, that person is 86th. I've never had to do it though. So it's good people. It's good people in there. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion. We just want to see good stuff in our news feed, right? Enough of the bad stuff. Lost another friend to COVID last week. And I just found out another friend of mine in Idaho passed away today. And I don't know why, what. I don't know if it was COVID or not. The situation in Idaho is really dire. So, I just want to send lots of love and healing to those families that are missing a person at their table. I'm wondering if there's somebody on here whose throat chakra is feeling kind of clogged. I'm feeling like a lot of vibration in my throat chakra. Is there something you need to say to someone? Are you not speaking up for yourself? Do you need to speak your truth? Do you need to just go scream into a pillow? Just let that energy go. Breathe love and light into that space. Talked to a friend of mine this week who thanked me for teaching her box breathing. Her mother was in some situation this week where she was able, love, laugh, connect. Thank you, Day. She was able to walk her mom through box breathing, and it helped her so much. And so just as a reminder, if you don't remember what box breathing is, or maybe you weren't here, you haven't heard of this before, it's basically breathing in a square. It's also called square breath, and there's another name for it too. Most of these breathing techniques have several different names. But for example, on the inhale, you're going up one side, and then you're holding, and then down on the exhale, and then holding. So it's like we're breathing in a square. It's amazing for releasing anxiety and releasing stress. It is a method that is taught to the Navy SEALs. Before a mission, they do box breathing, oftentimes. At least that's what I'm told. So try it for yourself, and you can make the breaths as long as you can without being uncomfortable, without struggling, but never struggle. You know, if you're struggling with it, or you feel like you're going to hyperventilate or something, you're going too slow. So speed it up. It can be your own count. And the thing about breath work is just like a meditation practice, like a yoga practice, like any kind of practice. You're building up. You know, you don't go to the gym and do 100 squats in a row on your first day, right? So take it slow and build up to it. Especially true with meditation. Most of us try to start in the middle. We start with 30 minutes, or maybe we're extra ambitious and start with an hour. And I'm not farting, I'm just moving out my chair. Just so you know. And, it's frustrating. We think we have to shut off our mind and be completely quiet for 30 minutes. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Our minds never shut up. There's always going to be thought there. The trick is just to allow it to become background noise, right? To where you're not talking back to the voice in your head. We all have a voice in our head, you know it. Okay. I'm going to close out the Reiki. We're going to pull a postcard from Spirit. We're getting down to the very end, so we'll be starting them over pretty soon. If you have an intention or an affirmation that's coming to you right now, just take a moment to acknowledge that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your time with me, for doing that Reiki, pulling a postcard from Spirit, the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. And like I say, we're getting down to very few cards here. I'm sure it'll be a perfect message. So, la-di-da-di-da. Let's go with this guy. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Day. Dearest you, since you're on Earth, you understand how buildings are built. Yes, a good solid foundation and yet flexibility too, in case of earthquakes. Truth be told, you can't offer something sustainable unless it is built from a solid base. Whether it's an idea that takes form one step at a time, or an actual house that needs a sturdy foundation dug, poured, and built. We want to remind you of this because you might need a little encouragement to see this is true in your life at this time. Celebrate the fact that right now you can repair the cracks and the foundations of your life effortlessly, as well as do a general site check to ensure your hard work is being well supported. Do this and know you are building your life on a perfect and sound foundation that will allow you to welcome the many miracles waiting to come visit. We're so happy for you and so intrigued by what you're building. It's our postcard from Spirit. Yeah, flexibility. How about that flexibility? Anybody have a hard time with that? Needs your mind to get fixed on something? Thank you, Linda, for being here. Does your mind get fixed on something and it's like hard for you to veer off of that path? So, that whole card, what spoke to me most is flexibility. In case of earthquakes, let it just move and flow. Move and flow. Always can readjust your direction. And it doesn't take a real big change to change your direction. 1 degree shift is all you need to end up in a completely different place. So, instead of making it feel like a big, huge building project that you've got to take on, do it the easy way. Okay? Peace and blessings to you. I'll see you next Tuesday. Oh, wait. Maybe next Tuesday. I may not be able to because I have another Rotary Club meeting. So, depending, if I do that on Zoom, then I'll be able to do this. If I decide to go in person, I won't be back in time. So, have patience. I'll see you next time. Thank you.